The table represents the relationship between a length measured in meters and the same length measured in kilometers. The first step we need to do is to complete the table. And so when I looked at the numbers in the table, I saw that I have 1,000 meters and that it's equivalent to 1 kilometer. One of the ways that I can go from 1,000 meters to 1 kilometer is that I can multiply the 1,000 meters by 1/1000, and that will give me 1 kilometer. So I know that I can use this relationship in each line of the table. So I can take 3,500 meters, multiply it by 1/1000, and that will give me 3.5 or 3 5/10 kilometers. I'll repeat it in the next line. 500 times 1/1000. That will give me 500 over 1,000, or 0.5 or 5/10. 75 times 1,000. That gives me 0.075 or 75 1,000ths. Then we have 1 times 1,000th, and that's 0.001 or 1/1000th. When we get to the general form on the bottom, we're going to be doing the same thing. X times 1/1000 equals, we can look at this a few ways. We can say X over 1,000 or 0.001 times X, which is 1/1000th times X. When we get to the question, it says write an equation for converting the number of meters. So we're going from meters to kilometers. X will be the number of meters and Y will be the number of kilometers. So we're going to have anytime that we take a value for X, what we now know is if we multiply it by 0.001, it will give us the number of kilometers, which we can represent with the value, with the variable Y. If you chose the wrong answer of Y equals 1,000x, then I think you might have mixed up the order a little bit. It's tempting to use 1,000 because there is a relationship of 1 and 1,000, but that's if you're going the other direction. If you have a kilometer and you're multiplying it to find the number of meters. But we are taking the number of meters and we're multiplying it by something to find the number of kilometers. That means we need to group it. So every group of 1,000 meters gives me kilometers. So if I'm grouping it, then I'm not multiplying by 1,000, I'm dividing. Or the other way to think about it is I'm multiplying it by 1,000th, the decimal form, and that's what we ended up with for the equation. So if we were to try any of these, we would be able to see that they would come out incorrectly if we used 1,000. So for example, we could take the first one. So if we had Y equals 1,000x, and we substituted for X, we substituted in the value of 1,000, that's here. Now, we know that we're expecting to have an answer of 1, and that's what we're expecting. Like, we have that off of our table. That's what we're supposed to get. Well, I can tell you that 1 is definitely not equal to 1,000 times 1,000, right? That is not equal to 1. So I can see that something got messed up when I was writing this equation, and it's because I forgot that I was grouping things into groups of 1,000, not multiplying by 1,000.